Alex Pino with Stateside Press Center, TJ Brown, who returns to action on June 25th. TJ, how are you?
I'm great, man. Camp's going great. My weight's in a good place, man. I don't have anything negative to say, man. Everything's going good, man. Just counting down the days at this point.
Awesome. Awesome. I mean, 15 days out. How you feeling?
I feel good, man. This has been a great camp. I spent about 4 or 5 weeks down at Glory MMA. Now I'm finishing the rest of my camp at Westside MMA. Man, everything's going great, man. I'm in great shape. Weight's a little ahead of schedule, actually. I guess that just says for how much I've been training hard and just eating right. But man, it's going great, dude. I'm excited to go out there and compete.
Awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. Before we get to your fight, I got a very important question to ask. When did you start going by TJ, and who made that call?
That was my mom. My mom actually made that call. I don't ever my first name's Trenton. I don't ever in my life remember being called Trenton. So I guess I've been TJ since day one.
Okay. Awesome. It's just I've always kind of wondered, and there we go.
There you go.
Yeah. So it's been 5 months since your win over Charles Rosa. Talked to you that night. But how do you feel about that performance?
Man, I feel good. Looking back on it, there's definitely some things I could have done better. I feel like really I should have put that guy away, but man, Charles Rose is a tough catch. I just my goal is to go. My goal is to go out there and have this perfect performance. I want to go out there and perform, get in that flow state or zone, and just really show the world how good I am. And I'm getting a little bit closer to that every time I fight. Every time I fight, everything starts to slow down just a bit more, and everything's slowing down, and the focus is better. So, man, I think I'm really working towards showing the world how good I am and making my way up the rankings by performing better. I think I've always had the skills and ability and the work ethic. It's just getting there and being able to perform, and I'm getting better at that each time I step in the cage.
Did you sign a new contract after your last win?
Yeah, man. I did. I got a new 4 fight contract. It's cool. This fight, I'll be making more just to show up than I did to show and win the last fight. So, man, I'm excited, dude, to finally make some good money and hopefully make some good investments with it.
Awesome. Awesome. Congratulations on that, man. And I know, like, I mean, how does it feel going into a fight, not worried about job security now, right? Because like that was your last two fights, you really didn't know.
For sure. Uh, you know, I I think in all honesty, nobody's really that secure in the UFC, dude. Like they're cutting people left and right. So um, you know, uh and maybe, and I'll tell you, dude, maybe a bit of I've always been the type that you put my back against the wall and you put the pressure on me. It's kind of I've always been able to come out. So maybe a bit of pressure is good. And although, yeah, I did steal a contract, I still got kind of hurt hold a bit of pressure on myself to go out there and perform well. And it's a good thing for me. It really motivates me to train hard and go out there and give it my best. But at the same time, you are right. It's nice to get a new contract.
Yeah, absolutely. I did want to ask, is this your second camp at Glory MMA?
This will be my third.
How's that going?
It's going great, man. Most people know James Krause. He's a fantastic coach. And man, dude, I enjoy being around him. Just kind of picking his brain. He's a very smart cat. And I enjoy being around him. And he really brings out the best in me. And I can't say Glory MMA without mentioning the rest of the guys in the room. I mean that they have a whole room of killers, and I'm grateful for all of them. It's it says a lot about them. Me being able to go down there and train and they help me the way they do. Because I'm not there all the time, and I wish I wish I was able to give back to some of those guys that have helped me in camps, because you know so many of them are willing to help me and put their time into me, and I'm just so grateful for that whole crew.
Awesome, awesome. Did you get to work with Brandon Moreno at all a little bit?
I did, bro. We got some grappling rounds and some striking rounds. He's man. There's a reason he's the champ. It's not just because of his skill, but man, you see that guy work. He's in there before class, after class. I mean, he is a workhorse, man, and he really sets a good example.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. All right. So June 25th, Shayilan. What do you think of the matchup?
I think stylistically, man, it's a great matchup for me. No disrespect, but the only way this guy wins is if he hugs me for 3 rounds. And I'm not going to let that happen. There's not a guy in the featherweight division that can hold me down. And I really think it's a great matchup for me. Whether that entails me keeping him at the end of my jab and just piecing this guy up, or me having to fight up from a few takedowns and then knock him out. But man, this is a great fight for me, and it's a good fight. I can really showcase my skills.
Well, what do you think of him having 46 professional fights?
Dude, he's a veteran, man. He's an absolute veteran, but I'm a bit savvy myself. I've got boxing matches, kickboxing matches, lots of amateur MMA matches, and grappling matches. But you do bring up a good point, man. He is a veteran, and I've treated it like so. I've treated this fight like I'm fighting a veteran and fighting a killer, man. And I will be prepared to go in there and take him out, and I hope he brings his best, because I am.
What do you think of his last win over Sean Soriano?
Close, man. Like, it's close. I think both his win, both fights in his UFC really weren't just spectacular in any way. I seen some cool slams he did. I have to watch out for that, but they're just nothing too impressive in my opinion.
Gotcha, gotcha. At the end of the day, June 25th, how did you get your hand raised?
Knockout, man. Knocking this guy out.
I love it. I love it. I did want to ask you, how much longer do you think you'll be fighting at featherweight? Do you think a move to lightweight is sooner rather than later, or are you kind of fine at featherweight?
That's a good question. Honestly, the way that my body has been reacting to eating right and my training, man, I'm not having a problem making 45. I did think earlier in my career that I would have to move to 55 at some point, and I fought well at 55. But for the time being, 45 is my home.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Awesome. Awesome. I did want to ask you uh, one last question. Who gave you downtown as a nickname?
That's a pretty good one, huh? Man, so this girl, she's a professional boxer, one of the best professional female boxers around. Her name's Kim Hamby. She walks in the gym one day and she was like, "What's up, downtown, TJ Brown?" I was like, man, that really has a ring to it. And she's the one that gave it to me, man. I've kind of kept it ever since.
I mean, it is fantastic. It is fantastic. Awesome,
Thanks.
TJ. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, man. If you want to plug your social media, plug any sponsors you got, you want to thank anybody, floor is yours.
Cool, man. Like always, I want to thank my coaches and teammates at both Westside MMA and Glory MMA. And man, if you want to follow me at Downtown TJ Brown on Instagram. Thanks, man.